that knows it exists, and you just go, it's not pedophilia, bro, it's a religious ritual. You're like the 5% that admits it. The other fucking 95 act like you're crazy. .gov/site/DOH/health/health-topic/state/risk.page, where it says right there is when a mohel uses their mouth to suck blood away from a baby's circumcision wound as part of the circumcision ritual. You people crazy for pointing out your own fucking lawsuits that you sued in court to do. End Times of Israel, Jerusalem Post, Harris all talk about it. The World Jewish Congress talks about it. So you're just a bunch of gaslighting lies for people my entire life. And I used to be called hippie Andrew. I was an Obama Democrat. He said learn English. And I fucking went Trump because fucking Jerry Johnson said Jews had to bait Nazis. And what's funny is I went viral using the name White Pride Andrew at that time, while my buddy ran Black Pride Amani. We were fucking around on Fortnite, and I literally said Hitler was a piece of fucking shit. I just said anybody case should be executed. Then come to find out 5 or 6 years later in 2021 when the transgender bills go around, fucking all the Jews on the left are going, oh, you're just like the Nazis. It's the first book burning for transgender research at the Sexual Institute of Weimar, and then linked to the Holocaust Museum out of D.C. with Magnus Hirschfeld, and I'm like, holy fucking shit, these people are right. Wow, well, I'm not Hitler breathed air, I'm not going to stop breathing air, fuck you pedophiles. That was my thought. My thought wasn't go, well, yeah, Hitler breathed air, I better stop breathing air. Well, easy. Well, so was the United States. And in fact, Hitler looked up to our immigration. So, everything you're claiming we're Nazis about is a bunch of bullshit, because the United States was promoting the same bullshit when we went to fight the Nazis. It was that they wanted a blonde-haired, blue-eyed master race to rule the world. You guys are now changing the argument up. Go fuck yourselves. Okay, everybody's waking up to you. All you Jews are getting ratioed on fucking Twitter. Charlie Kirk lies. I was actually critical of Charlie Kirk because of his stance on Israel for ages. Okay, first, I'm right between the white nationalist and I'm past MAGA, but I'm not a white nationalist. I date other skin colors. But I understand their thought process. Because I'm about hunter-gatherer rules and stuff, survival of the fittest. So everybody gets identity or nobody, and I don't play that double standard bull. That their own community. I wasn't going to go make a white community, but I support those whites that did, because my best friend's black, so therefore I don't care, but I also don't like hypocrisy, and I don't believe in forcing shit on people. Yeah, that's why I'm right next to the white nationalist types, but not quite there. Go fuck yourself. Fucking liars. Just like I said, gay sex wouldn't be taught in schools. Now you guys are pushing all boys are blue, underage incest. I don't like liars. Slow boil that frog, right, Bridge Easy? Let's find out where you live in Florida. African slave traders too while you're at it. And apologize for buying black people and not apologizing for, well, making them apologize for enslaving and buying other black, white, brown people. Huh? Oh, because none of you actually care about slavery, you're just anti-white filth. The vast majority of the world. Thank you, Internet. Well, that's how I know you're Jewish. Because when you said nigga. You Jews are just as bad as them. Like Josh Hammer, saying that it's inherent in the European DNA to be anti-Semitic. Aren't you European? No, you guys are European. So isn't it in your DNA to be anti-Semitic? Huh? Oh, so Hitler was right. White. You guys said you were white, but apparently you're not, so Hitler was right. Which is it? Come on, it's like the Proud Boys, led by Afro-Cuban Enrique Torres, being like the Ku Klux Klan. You lying about the Proud Boys or the Klan? Which is it, bro? Huh? Sucking baby dick, Bridge Easy. Come on, bro. By the way, you're going to be uploaded on my YouTube channel. I've got a bunch of Fortnite, PUBG, and now this because my hard drive, or my fucking motherboard got pop-stilled on it a few weeks ago, so I'm waiting on a new motherboard. So I have to play older games right now on my old computer. But I'm still recording. Defending Mazik Bebe sucking baby dick. Yeah.
Talking about here, dude.
Right there. That's what you're defending, Bridgeezy. You said that's not pedophilia. That's why I asked, isn't it always pedophilia when someone puts their mouth on a baby's dick? This ritual, bro. That's why Epstein doesn't get targeted. Yeah, because you're a bunch of fucking pedophiles.
Fuck did this come up from, dude? How did it start?
Because I don't play the communist pedophile promoting transgenderism. Anti-Semitic. What's wrong with anti-Semitism? By definition, everybody's anti-Semitic. Hostility is opposition to Jews. I'm an agnostic. I do not believe in their religion.
Okay,
therefore,
first of all, I
I am
think they're
opposition to
canceled.
them.
Like, I'm not gonna lie.
What's that, bud?
Cancel, but just saying.
So, by the way, you're on video, so you're saying you cancel people for bringing up pedophilic practices that Jewish people do. So you're saying you blackmail, extort, and try to cancel people for bringing up your pedophilic practices. Thank you.
Not that. I'm canceling you for saying you like anti-Semitism. Like,
Do you know what the definition is?
about, dude?
Anti-Semitism is literally hostility or fucking discrimination against Jews. Discrimination in the most fucking, in the most basic form. Yeah, that's why it's a working definition. You should have an actual definition. Yeah, you want a working definition so that any last one of you can choose what the definition is. Fuck you. Fucking working definition. Just like if you've got a definition for something, like if you're going to say something's white supremacy, then the definition for black supremacy should be the very exact same thing with black instead of white. You don't do that though, do you?
Yeah, it is. Like, that is the same thing, dude.
It's different. No, actually it's not. The definition, if you look up on Merriam-Webster, Oxford, all are different. And I like how a lot of you changed the definition of racist up in 1965.
It's racism regardless.
For 1965, it was just skin color. It was genetics. Now you guys included ethnic racism and cultural racism. That's how everybody's a racist, because nobody likes every culture or country. So everybody's going to be a racist. That means you have to accept the most fucked up cultures not to be a racist. Like, you know, child marriage. You know, like incest marriage.
These crazy Reddit conversations I've ever heard in my life, dude.
I'm not a religious person, Tinder. Why don't you tell me how men can be women and women can be men? I was against the Vienna Boys Choir castrating children. Why the fuck would I support transgenders castrating children? Why don't you go ejaculate more 5-month-olds to 11-year-olds, like in fucking Alfred C. Kinzing's book, Sexual Behavior in the Human Male, Chart 34, where it shows 5-month-olds to 11-year-olds being ejaculated.
Crack did you take for hopping on, dude?
Now they're calling people crazy for pointing out sources of Alfred C. Kinzing, which Liam Neeson played in the early 2000s movie. Wow. I'm not on anything, bro.
I said nothing about that. I'm just saying you're on crack or something. Like, I have no idea what kind of meth you took before you hopped
now you're
on.
getting involved in the conversation. I asked him when he joined the game. I said, hey, is it pedophilia if you put your mouth on a baby's dick, Tinders? Say it for the video.
Yeah, it is.
Jews that practice mizizbabeh, should they be in jail for pedophilia?
Heard of a Jewish tradition being that. Like, I could be wrong, but I've never heard of that, dude.
Mizizbabeh, direct oral suctioning. It's off NewYorkCity.gov. When a baby is circumcised, some ritual Jewish circumcisers, Mullen, do a practice called mizizbabeh. Mizizbabeh is when the mohel uses their mouth to suck blood away from a baby's circumcision wound as part of the circumcision ritual. After a mizizbabeh, some babies can get an infection. Sources, Heritage, Jerusalem Post, I have them too. The World Jewish Congress, you want them? Fucking defends the ultra-Orthodox Jews that practice it. So should they be in jail for pedophilia? But they shouldn't be in jail for it. So you said it's pedophilia, but you won't give me an answer whether or not they should be in jail for it. things to fucking expose pedophiles. That's why I do it. So it's funny that you call me crazy when I try to expose pedophiles online. And this all started thanks to the Wally, hentai, and furry communities back in 2011 popping up. And I started calling it out, and all of you guys would go, "You're Nazi, racist, fascist!" And I'm like, what the fuck, bro? I'm an Obama voter. How am I racist? Like, what are you talking about, bro? Hey, go fuck yourself. This platform is filled with pedophiles. Worse than Roblox. Said it's pedophilia, but you aren't saying they should be in jail for it. You just admitted it's pedophilia, and then you said they're not doing it. I give you a .gov source. You won't say whether or not they should be in jail. Other dude over there said it's not pedophilia. That's why he got team killed before you got in here. So again,
I'm not gonna lie, I missed like half what you said because I was looking at the link, but no, I guess what you're saying isn't wrong from what I've read.
I'm not. You know where transgender ideology comes from?
But then I'd get canceled, so I probably shouldn't.
In the Talmud, my Jewish learning. That's why it was back in ancient Rome and Egypt. It's their fucking religious practices. They're the ones that started it in Weimar, Germany, too. The first book readings were them. That's how I found all this out, is when liberal Jews decided to go, you're just like the Nazis if you're against transgenderism. Here's a link to the Holocaust Museum, which I'll give now.
Everybody just instantly leaving when hearing your rant.
Oop, I didn't copy, hold on.
Where that started with like some indigenous people. Maybe I'm wrong about that though. I heard that dates further back than the Jewish people.
States Holocaust Memorial Museum, Herschel Magnus, he was an open pedophile, communist. He's the guy who coined transvestite. It was his school that was burnt to the ground. It was his research that was burned. Holocaust Museum, defending a person who is a pedophile, a communist, and promoting transgenderism. DC Holocaust Museum that I went to when I was fucking 15 on my school trip. At 15 on a literal Nazi in Fortnite, I actually talked shit about the Nazis. And I didn't find out about that fucking shit until liberals on Twitter in 2021 pointed that out, that last link. So I actually said you shouldn't have to bake Nazis cakes because Gary Johnson went social justice warrior, and I was an Obama voter who says speak English. He brought Bill Weld on too, Gary Johnson, who was open borders. So I ended up, because he was against open borders.